So, the general characters of class Mammalia. Class Mammalia. The name itself includes mammary glands. Mamma means breast. The having mammary glands is a unique and characteristic feature of class Mammalia. So the Mammalia consists of extinct animals and also extant animal. Extinct were gone millions of years back. Extant, that means who are at present even live, and we say them as extant, and including human beings. Human beings also belongs to here only. So the characteristic feature, they are hairy. The presence of hair is a unique characteristic feature, like the feathers in the birds. Here the hair, exoskeleton is going to be hair. Then mammals are homeothermic animals. Mammals are homeothermic animal. What is homeothermy? Maintenance of body temperature constant, we can say homeothermic nature. So mammals are homeothermic along with,
Apes.
very good. Mammals are homeothermic along with aves. Homeothermic are warm-blooded animals, or endothermic animals. We use it to say that along with the aves, that mammals can be considered as homeothermic animals. Okay, so next, they nourish their young with milk secreted by specialized mammary glands, from which the word, the class Mammalia was coined. The presence of mammary glands is a unique feature of this particular class, with the milk secreted from the mammary glands, that specialized mammary glands is going to, with that milk, that nourishment to the young one is going to happen. So, they show a lot of variations. Mammals show a lot of variation in size and shape. The smallest of all the mammals is the recently discovered Ketty's hog-nosed bat, or also called bumblebee bat. Ketty's hog-nosed bat or bumblebee bat, which is in identified in Thailand, whose weight is only 2 grams, the smallest mammal. That is, of all the mammals recently discovered, Ketty's hog-nosed bat or bumblebee bat in Thailand, weight is just about 2 grams. From the 2 grams to the biggest Balanoptera musculus, blue whale, weighing 130 tons and live in marine water. Whale, we use it to say, Balanoptera musculus, is the largest mammal. So the biggest, the smallest kidney is hook-nosed bat too, and the smallest kidney is hook-nosed bat or bumblebee bat in the Thailand, weight 2 grams, and the biggest one, that Balanoptera musculus, blue whale, we use it to say, the weighing about that more than 130 tons. So that is the variation we'll find in case of class Mammalia. They show a lot of variation in size and shape. So extinct mammal like therapsid reptile gave rise to, do recall that that birds, in birds we say they arrive that birds are evolved from theropod reptiles and mammals are evolved from therapsid reptiles. So one thing you have to remember here, that reptiles are evolved as aves and mammals. Class Reptilia itself evolved as aves and mammals. So what we are saying, that ancestors of aves is theropod reptiles. The ancestors of mammals is going to be therapsid reptiles. Therapsid reptiles. So not to confuse in between the two. The early mammals of the Triassic period, the reptiles, you can see the therapsid reptile which look like mammal, and now that after that, from that particular therapsid reptiles, the mammals are getting evolved. Cenozoic era is referred to as the age of mammals, Cenozoic era, as they became the predominant tetrapod group during the Cenozoic era. The Cenozoic era to be remembered. So I'll recall you for from the beginning, Devonian period, we said the golden age of fishes. Carboniferous period for the amphibian, Mesozoic era for the reptiles, Cretaceous period for birds, and now here the Cenozoic era. Cenozoic era is referred to as the age of mammals, as they became the predominant tetrapod group during this era. The mammals fall under the three categories, namely Prototheria, Metatheria, and Eutheria. Prototheria, Metatheria, Eutheria. We can classify them as three. Prototheria, which we even call them as monotremata. Prototheria, monotremes, nothing but prototheria, which I am talking about. Prototherian mammals. These are metatherian mammals. These are eutherian, true placentals. Actually, theria means beast, means crime, criminal in that way. True criminals, we use it to say. In other words, that these are the true criminals. Eutherians means tiger, lion, human, all are criminals, isn't it? That means what in what way criminal? That hunters, predators, more predators, predominant predators are present in eutherian. So who are monotreme? Why they are called monotreme? Prototherian mammals are called monotremes. Prototherian mammals are said to be as monotremes. Why they are called monotreme? Monotremata. Mono means one, single, tremata, opening. Here we have to discuss about that cloaca. We need to discuss about the cloaca. So from the beginning, in case of amphibian, in case of reptiles, much developed cloaca we are seen. In ales also. What I said, anus opens into the cloaca, which coprodium. The portion of the cloaca is called coprodium. Urinary bladder opens into the cloaca. We call it as urodium. And proctodium, which opens out as cloacal aperture. This is the common thing we are seeing from amphibia onwards. Is there more developed in reptilia and ales also. Do we have this? That's the question. So do we have this? For that, let us go for the openings of the eutherian. That means human being. There is an anus in case of human being. For what? For the elimination of fecal matter. Okay, so just see the openings here. Anus is there for the elimination of fecal matter. And there is a urinogenital aperture. Urinogenital aperture. In case of male, I am talking here. Urinogenital aperture. This urinogenital aperture is eliminating the urine. That means excretory waste material, we use it to say. Okay, so fecal matter is undigested material. And try to find out the difference here. There is a difference between the fecal matter and undigested food. Whatever the food materials were not digested, we call them as undigested. That means their entry point is mouth and the exit point is going to be anus. Anus, your choice of pronunciation. Okay, this is solid. For your recognition, I am saying this is solid. For in human being, this is yellow in color. This is undigested. Okay, so solid in yellow undigested. One is fecal matter. Next, urine. This is liquid, light yellow in color. We call it as urine. It contains urea. It is called excretory waste. So that till the time you may not get the opportunity to learn the difference between the undigested and excretory material, that now this is what I am showing here. So in throughout the second year, this basic is going to be very much helpful to you. Okay. So urinogenital aperture, which eliminates the urine as well as spams, means I am talking about the male. Okay, I am talking about the male. That means there are two openings. One is anus, which eliminates the fecal matter, which is the end of alimentary canal. This is urinogenital aperture, which means the urine, which from the kidney through the ureters into the urinary bladder, that from the urinary bladder, that through the urinogenital opening, this is going to be on the male copulatory organ penis, contain this opening, which eliminates both sperms and urine. Okay, next. Let's talk about female. Female, there are three apertures you'll find. Anus is as usual for the fecal matter elimination. Then in case of human being, anus in female, fecal matter elimination. And there is a genital opening, vaginal opening, and that elimination of urine. There is another opening for elimination of urinal aperture and genital aperture. That we'll discuss in second year in detail in female reproductive system. Whatever it may be, there is no cloaca. That is very important. You need to understand. Cloaca is absent in case of eutherian mammals, also in metatherian mammals. Okay. Now, when it comes to the reptilia, aves, what is that? What I am saying? Anus opens into the cloaca. Okay, what I said? Anus opens into the cloaca. What I mean? So this is the anus. Anus opens into the cloaca. That means the undigested excretory wastes are entering into the cloaca. The undigested excretory wastes are coming into the cloaca. Okay. Next, urinary bladder. Urinary bladder, elimination of urine, that liquid. So, the undigested material as well as excretory material and all they are going to combine each other. All they are going to combine each other. That what we are saying. Along with that, genital apertures also will come and open into the cloaca. Genital apertures and what we say, wait a minute. So the fecal matter, whereas the urine from that particular urine, and as well as wait. So from here, that fecal matter, from here urine, and also genital aperture also opens here. That means a common opening for elimination of the fecal matter, elimination of the excretory waste material urine, and elimination of the male gametes or female gamete. That you can see in case of amphibia, reptilia, in also aves, the same situation. Do we have in mammals? Yes. The mammals, which mammal we have this particular feature? The monotremata, prototherian mammals, monotremata. That means they also have single opening like their ancestor. Who are the ancestors here? That ancestors nothing but I mean that that reptilia are the ancestors of this particular organism. So in that way, that is a total story. Monotremata, the egg-laying mammals. We used to say they are egg-laying mammals. They have a single opening. That means they have cloaca. Marsupials. Marsupials nothing but our kangaroo belongs to. Eutherian. So Eutherian nothing but we are Eutherians. That human, tiger, lion, likewise cat, rat, rabbit. Intelligence and parental care have reached their climax in mammals, the maximum in human beings, we can say. The study of mammals known as mammalogy. Study of mammals is known as mammalogy. The body is divided into head. The body is divided into head and neck. Head, neck. So that means learning ourselves. No need to show. Head, neck, trunk, and tail. If present, only human being don't have the tail, but all the remaining mammals are having tail. We don't have tail, but at least we have a small vestigial vertebrae, tail vertebrae we have. That's an interesting thing. We have tail vertebrae. Body is covered by hair, which is one of the unique character of mammals. That body is covered by hair, which is one of the unique character of mammal. Hair is reduced in whales and armadillos, exception here. Hair is reduced in whales and armadillos. Armadillo is also an animal here. So see that. The first one is a whale and second one is armadillo. They don't have hair, much reduced. Hair is present at least in some stage of development in all mammals. That at least their presence is there. So that's why we can say unique feature of mammals. Skin is glandular. That consists of sweat glands, also called sudoriferous glands. and scent gland, sebaceous gland, sweat gland, scent glands, sebaceous glands. That skin contain, human skin contain, will come as a that exoskeleton, that glands in exoskeleton. The hair is the exoskeleton. If you say mammary glands are modified sweat glands. Skull is dicondylic. Each half of the lower jaw consists of a single bone, the dentary. Now, you recall that what we learned in reptilia. Each half of the lower jaw consists of six individual bones. We said there, isn't it? Now it is a single bone. Each half of the lower jaw consists of a single bone called dentary. That is in case of human being. If you write all these in the form of table, you will find exact differences each. Okay. So the dentary we are talking about, lower jaw. Skull is dicondylic. Two occipital condyles are present, as I shown to you earlier. Most mammals have seven cervical vertebrae. That generally seven cervical vertebrae are present. Cervical vertebrae means vertebrae in the neck region. That neck region, as we classified earlier, cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacral, caudal. So here it is, cervical vertebrae. First vertebrae called atlas, second vertebrae is called axis. If you remember, we said. Then after thoracic, then lumbar, then sacral, if present, tail, coccygeum. So that is a vertebral column. So, but we have some exception. In colobus, two-toed sloth, we use it to say. In trichicus, manatee, that will have six only. That six cervical vertebrae. Nine cervical vertebrae are present in the brodipus, which is called three-toed sloth. That means two-toed. What I mean that animals who are having two toes, we say two-toed sloth. Brodipus is three-toed sloth. So in brodipus, nine cervical vertebrae are present, and in case of colobus and trichicus, that colobus is called two-toed sloth. In them, that six cervical vertebrae are present. That's the story of cervical vertebrae. And once again, you see that vertebral column with cervical vertebrae. C1, C2, C3. In generally, we pronounce C means cervical, seven vertebrae. And we know that first vertebrae is ring-like, that is called atlas. Okay, projecting into the atlas, there is another vertebrae. What is that? Axis. This is atlas and this is axis. Okay, so here this area we are talking cervical, next thoracic, lumbar, sacral, and coccygeum vertebrae. So that is in case of human being. What you are looking is human being. Now, sacral vertebrae are of 2 to 5. 2 to 5 sacral vertebrae are present. Vertebrae are amphiplatean type. That means centrum is flat on the both sides. Amphiplatean. If you remember from the beginning, we are seeing procellus, amphicoelus, opisthochelous. In case of birds, we are seeing heterocoelus, reptiles, procellus. That in onions, procellus. So that the various types of vertebrae we are seeing, well, ours is unique. Heterocoelous vertebrae in case of birds. Now ours is unique. Amphiplatean type. Centrum is flat at both faces. And that is the centrum. You can see in the box. So it has so many portions: pre-zygapophysis, post-zygapophysis, metapophysis, hypopophysis, anapophysis. But the major portion is the major bone of the vertebral column is centrum. So based on the depressions on that particular centrum, we are talking about the various issues like ribs are double-headed. I do remember you once again. The ribs means that which one side, that dorsal side, they attach to the vertebral column, and ventral side they attach to the sternum. We have 12 pairs of ribs. So all the ribs are double headed. What I mean that at the side where they are attaching to the vertebral column, they are double headed. Earlier we are seeing in case of reptilia also the double headed ribs in aves also. So that ventral side they attach to the sternum. Okay. So that what you say, ribs are double headed. Double headed ribs are present. Next, the alimentary canal. We are talk about buccal cavity is separated from the upper nasal cavity by secondary palate. Palate. What is palate? Buccal chamber. This is nasal chamber and this is buccal chamber. Both are getting separated by palate. So the buccal cavity is separated with the nasal cavity by a secondary palate, which is formed by the fusion of bones, the maxilla and palatin. No need the names at least in first year. So secondary palate. Teeth are thecodon type of dentition. Thecodon. What is thecodon? Teeth are present in the sockets of jaw. We can say thecodon. Teeth are present in the sockets of jaw. What is heterodon type of dentition? Four types of teeth are present: incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. So that means four shapes. Diphyodont. The two times the teeth are going to be formed in the lifetime. Milk teeth and the permanent teeth. The first time formed teeth are called milk teeth, and after that they go up and the new teeth will come. Well, for lifetime, but you call them as permanent teeth. Diphyodont. We used to say thecodont, heterodont, and diphyodont type of dentition. So that till the time what we are seeing that I'm showing here, acrodon. You see that acrodon just attached. We say acrodon. Teeth are just attached on the jaw. Okay. Next, pleurodon. Even they are just attached, but they attach at the lateral sides. We can see. So pleurodon, thecodon. Thecodon. The teeth are arranged in the sockets of the jaw. Here it is. Thecodon. Teeth are arranged in the sockets of jaw. What is heterodon? Having four types of teeth: incisor, canines, premolars, and molars. Diphyodont. Earlier formed teeth are milk teeth, and then after they'll go away, and next the permanent teeth are going to be formed. So the salivary glands, there are four pairs of salivary gland. In case of human being, only three pairs are present. In general, mammals are having four pairs. That in association with the buccal cavity, three pairs in man: parotid, submaxillary, sublingual. We say the three pairs of salivary glands in human being. Respiratory gaseous exchange occurs through the lungs. Pulmonary respiration, we can see. Lungs are present with alveoli. And glottis. Glottis is guarded by epiglottis. So is glottis the opening of the trachea? We can say glottis, the trachea which opens into the lungs, and guarded by epiglottis. Glottis is guarded by epiglottis. There you can see. Vocal cords also on the screen. So this is the surface view of the glottis. Larynx, the sound box. The larynx is a sound box. There you can see the vocal cords. Yes, so these are the larynx. The two vocal cords are present. The fibroelastic strands there, where they are producing the sound, even in human. Four-chambered heart with oxygenated and deoxygenated types of blood are completely separated. Likewise, as we learned previously, that the deoxygenated blood is coming from the body part, will travel into the right atria and right ventricle, and it will go to the lungs. There they become oxygenated. There they become oxygenated. Oxygenated blood will come to the left atria and left ventricle. So in case of left atria, left ventricle, oxygenated blood flow you can see. In case of right atria and right ventricle, deoxygenated blood. They don't mix up each other. We call that as the pure double circulation. Four chambered heart with complete double circulation, we can say. Okay, so both oxygenated and deoxygenated types of blood are completely separated. And here, from the left ventricle, who is the only one is coming? That is left systemic arch. As if you remember, in case of birds, we said right systemic arch, left systemic arch is arised from this particular. In case of birds, right systemic arch is present. Left is absent. In human being, left systemic arch is present, right systemic arch is absent. Where have we have seen all the six erotic arches? That means three erotic arches, three pairs each. We have seen that condition in birds, sorry, in amphibians. Truncus arteriosus, we say, like this. The truncus arteriosus gives of two branches, that gives of one carotid, one systemic, one that pulmocutaneous, carotid, systemic, and pulmocutaneous. We'll discuss this in the frag also. So that I am saying here that carotid, right systemic, left systemic, right pulmocutaneous, left pulmocutaneous. Likewise, I am talking. So both right and left systemic arches you can see up to reptilia. But in the amphibians also you can see. But in case of apes, we said right is present, left absent. In the mammals, left is present, right is absent. Ours left ventricle, that we getting left systemic arch. Renal portal system is absent. Renal portal system absent. Hepatic portal system is present. The RBC is mature and circular, biconcave. Circular in the mean, so on the surface view. So biconcave, enucleate means no nucleus. Here you can see the diagram. Circular in this mean. So in the lateral view, we can see the concavity. And this side, only one side you can see here. So from lower side also the concavity is present. Biconcave we can see. Circular, biconcave, and enucleate condition. Nucleus is absent. Mammals have a relatively large brain when compared to that of other animals. In relation to the body size, we have a bigger brain. That's why we are thinking, we are analyzing, we are learning about the remaining animals. And we made a subject called zoology. We are having bigger brain, human brain. Human brain is much bigger. That's why he is learning about the remaining animals, and he called that subject as zoology. And I am zoology lecturer. The four optic lobes constitute corpora quadrigemina. Four optic lobes are present. Corpora quadrigemina. The two halves of the cerebrum are connected by corpus. Excuse me. Corpus callosum in the brain. That cerebellar hemispheres we use it to say. Just listen the names because we have a detailed explanation in the chapter neural control and coordination. Just name that, remember the names. The two halves of the cerebral hemisphere, that in case these are the two halves, plain halves I am showing. The cerebrum, two halves of the cerebral hemispheres are connected by a transverse band of fibers, we say corpus callosum. The central nervous system developed by three meninges. We say dura mater, pia mater, and arachnoid matter. Three layers: dura mater, arachnoid matter, and pia matter. The middle meninx is called arachnoid membrane, which is present in the mammals only. Do you remember that in case of fishes, we said meninx primitiva, single layer. Next, in amphibia, reptilia, ales, we came through the three meninges. Cranial nerves are 12 pairs. 12 pairs of cranial nerves are present here. Eyes have movable eyelids with eyelashes. No need to see, no need to show even. We know we have. External ear has a large fleshly and cartilaginous flap called pinna. Ear pinna we are talking about. So that ear pinna. We use it to say. Other people say ear. We have to say we are YPC student. We should say this as this is not ear. This is not to hear. This is ear pinna. Okay, so where if you go inside, you'll find the tympanum. From there, middle ear ossicles are present. that first ear pinna, here we have an opening, auditory meters, external auditory meters, then we will find inside tympanum, then malleus, incus, stapes, middle ear ossicles we are talking. There are three middle ear ossicles, malleus, incus and stapes. Then after internal ear cochlea. Next semicircular canals, three semicircular canals are present. So this is fully developed ear in case of human being, where you can see. Same diagram. Okay, so the three ear ossicles, malleus, incus, and stapes. Stapes is the smallest bone of our body. See that? Malleus, and then incus, and stapes. Cochlea of the internal ear is spirally coiled and bears organ of Carti, which is a receptor of sound, as we are showing from the beginning, the cochlea. So this cochlea, if we elaborate here inside the cochlea, we'll find organ of Carti. That sound we are hearing with the help of organ of Carti only, receptor of sound. Okay, so this is the area. We can say organ of Carti. In the tube, that when you see here that with the cochlea is like a circle. So wherever you take transverse section, you can see this feature. Scala vestibuli, scala media, scala tympani, we'll discuss in second year. Neural control and coordination chapter. The functional kidneys are bean shaped and metanephric. The functional kidneys are bean shaped and metanephric. Nephron has a loop of Henle which helps in the formation of concentrated urine. Henle's loop is a unique feature. Mammals are ureotelic. That means eliminate the excretory waste urea. Sexes are separate. Sexual dimorphism is generally well marked. We can recognize male or female, the animal. The testes are usually found in scrotal sacs outside the abdomen. Intra-abdominal testis is seen only in the monotremes, what I mean, prototheria. In case of cetaceans like whales and dolphins, and in sea cows, elephant. Except these animals, all the remaining have testes outside the body. Dolphin, sea cow, elephant, you may know very well. Males have copulatory organ called penis, through which urinogenital aperture is coming to open. Fertilization is internal. Mammals except the monotremates are viviparous. Mammals except the monotremates are viviparous. Development is intrauterine. Intrauterine development is present. Developing embryo is attached to the uterine wall of the mother by a placenta for nutrition and respiration. Absent in the monotremes because monotremes are oviparous. The remaining, including human being, that the connection is there between the mother and fetus with the help of placenta, from which the nutrition and respiration is going to transfer to the baby from the mother. Let's see the examples here. Ornithorhynchus anatinus, duck-billed platypus, which is a monotremate. Prototheria, it belongs to primitive mammals, having almost features like reptiles, and also having mammary glands. Metatherian mammal, macropus, kangaroo, pteropus, flying fox. Yeah, it can fly. Camelus, camel. Camelus dromedarius. Macaca, monkey, Macaca selenius, monkey. No need to introduce, I think. Ratus, rat. Eutherian mammals, all these are. Canis, dog. Felis, cat. Elephas maximus indicus, elephant. Equus, camelus, horse. Equus equinus, donkey. Delphinus, common dolphin. It's a mammal but lives in water. Adaptation, personal. Balanoptera musculus, blue whale, lives in water, marine water. Panthera tigris, the national animal of India. Panthera tigris, tiger. Panthera leo, lion. Panthera leo. Antelope cervicapra, state animal of UAP. Antelope cervicapra. Okay, now we came here. The general characters completed. Let's ask some questions here. Then after we'll go with multiple choice. But before we go to the multiple choice, our regular questions like habit and habitat. Now start answering. Habit and habitat. Where do they live? Mammals. Where do they live?
Land.
Land.
Yeah, on land. Just very few like dolphins and whales are living in water, but mostly on land, terrestrial we can say. Locomotion.
Legs.
Tetrapods you have to say, but don't keep only human in mind. Otherwise, the tetrapods. That means four-legged animal. Okay, recently human being 1 or 2 million years back, that two legs are now he using for as a hands, much modified over. Yeah, we can say recently. Whatever happened in 1 or 2 million years, recently only, because evolution happens in billions of years. Nutrition, generally holozoic, no parasites in general. Digestive system. Here we have to discuss about dentition, isn't it? Dentition. What type of dentition?
Ecodon.
Echidodont,
Diphodon.
Diphyodont. Is there any special that separating the buccal chamber to the nasal chamber?
Palate.
Palate. Secondary
Palate.
palate is present. Sulfide. Secondary palate. Premaxilla, maxilla, palatine. The bones are fused and form the palate. Okay. Very good. That's about the digestive system. And salivary glands we have to discuss, isn't it? Salivary glands. What are the salivary glands? 4 pairs of salivary glands are present and 3 pairs in case of human being. And cloaca. Cloaca is absent, but in prototherians, cloaca present. Anus opens into the cloaca in only monotremata. Okay, respiratory system. What are the respiratory organs?
Lungs.
Lungs. Okay, is there any thing to say here in the respiratory system? Need to talk about
Glottis.
Glottis is guarded by epiglottis.
Epiglottis. Very good. Glottis protected by epiglottis.
Larynx.
Very good. Larynx.
Sound box.
And lungs are with alveoli. Alveoli are present. Pulmonary respiration, we can see. Circulatory system. Number of chambers in the heart.
4 chambers.
4 chambers. What type of circulation we can say?
Double circulation.
Double circulation.
Double circulation. What I mean that right and left sides, the deoxygenated and oxygenated blood flow, respectively, you can see there. The
Left
right
is
and
its stomach.
next, about left systemic arch, only present, right systemic arch is absent. What about RBC?
Circular
Biconcave and
enucleate.
Very good. And renal portal system.
Absent.
absent.
Hepatic
Absent.
portal system present, and renal portal system is absent. The shape of the kidney.
Bean
Bean
shape.
shape.
Okay. Type of nephridia, metanephric.
Metaneph.
Nephris loop is a unique feature which makes more absorption of water from the urine. Okay. And what type of excretory material here?
Ureotelic.
Ureotelic. Very good. Nervous system. The two cerebral hemispheres of the brain are connected by corpus callosum. We can say the two cerebral hemisphere of the brain are connected by corpus callosum. 3 meninges are present: dura mater, pia mater, arachnoid. What is the specialty related with eyes? Eyes are with eyelashes are present. And about ear, That number of ear ossicles in the middle ear.
3.
3.
3.
Malleus, incus, stapes. 3 ear
Stapes.
ossicles are present. Then
12 pairs of cranial nerves.
cochlea contain organ of
Organ of Corti.
Cot.
organ of Carti. And one more pinna, external ear pinna is the unique feature of our cell. Next, skeletal system. Skeletal system. Exoskeleton, we don't have scales. Skin is having the hair is present. Then sweat glands are sebaceous glands and sweat glands, sebaceous glands, sudoriferous glands are present. Sweat glands only modified into mammary glands that we have seen. And endoskeleton is the bony endoskeleton. What type of skull it is? Monocondylic or dicondylic?
Dicondylic.
Dicondylic.
Dicondylic. What type of vertebrae?
7 cervical vertebrae.
Vertebrae. Okay, 7 cervical vertebrae are present with some exceptions. And I'm talking about the vertebrae shape. We have seen from the beginning procoelous, opisthocoelous, amphicoelous, and heterocoelous.
Amphiplatinum.
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 Very good.
Platinum.
Platinum. Next, let's come with the reproductive system. Unisexual animals, male, female are separate. Then sexual dimorphism is present. What is sexual dimorphism? We can recognize the male and female separately. And the fertilization is internal generally. Male copulatory organ, penis present. And the placenta, the development of placenta in the mother uterus, except the prototherians, they are egg-laying mammals. Metatherians and eutherians are having that placenta. Eutherians are having well-developed placenta with gestation period. What is gestation period? In case of human, gestation period is 9 months. So I think you understand what is gestation period. Development of embryo from zygote to the young one will take 9 months in human being. That period we say gestation period. Mean period of time, nourishment they are getting from the mother with the help of placenta, both nutrients and oxygen that you get from that placenta. So that is a unique feature here. That just for information. Have you seen that kangaroo is having a bag in front, marsupial bag we used to say. Why they are having marsupial bag? In case of kangaroo, gestation period is very short. So that's why the premature babies are going to be found here in case of kangaroo. That means early babies we use it to say. So that because of that, the kangaroo mother will not allow the baby to come out. Will they protect the baby for a period of time in the marsupial bag? After the that fully grown, then they release. Okay. So I'm talking. There's no problem for human being like that. 9 months enough gestation period is there. Fully mature, that fully grown baby will come out after 9 months. But in case of marsupials, we are talking about. In case of marsupial, that's a thing will happen. Okay. So this is all about the story of the mammals. The story of mammals. Now let us see some multiple choice questions here. What is golden age of mammals?
Cenozoic
Mesozoic,
era.
Cenozoic, Proterozoic,
Cenozoic era.
Cenozoic. Number of salivary glands present in mammals. In mammals,
4 pairs. 4
four pairs.
pairs.
Very good. But in case of human being, 3 pairs.
3 pairs.
There is wrong is given there. Egg-laying mammals are prototherians, metatherians, eutherians, all the above.
Prototherians.
Prototherians.
Prototherian.
Monotremata. Prototherians. So that's it about the class Mammalia, general characters of the class Mammalia. We end up here, but you have to remember always this feature. Always this feature. What I mean, that from phylum Porifera onwards till the end, phylum Porifera onwards till the end, we are following a pattern like habitat, locomotion, nutrition, digestive system, respiratory, circulatory, excretory, nervous, skeletal, reproductive. So if you learn the general characters in this order, you can remember them for a longer period of time. So that's why don't forget this order. While reading, that for reading just 5 to 10 minutes time it will take. If I ask you, hey, read general characters, within 5 minutes are over. What is over? Reading is over. So if I ask you, within 30 seconds, your all points will be over. That means you may remember only 1 or 2 points. So what to remember, how to remember, that no need to worry. Just remember these series. Read the text 1 or 2 times. Close the text. You try to answer like this. Or if you prepare notes like this, that will be far better. The total notes like this, that will be far better. If anything is special like phylum Nidaria, what we said in case of Nidaria, metagenesis, polymorphism, you write special characters in the first, then after you start with habit and habitat. Likewise, special characters will write outside, but 95% of the points will fix in these frames. Then if you frame them in order like this, it will be much helpful to you. Okay. So that's it about the class Mammalia. Class Mammalia.